Hello students, my name is Dr. Anuradha Gupta from Gurukul Mahila Mahavidyalaya. My next topic is the variation of mass with velocity. So this is the this is the topic from BSc final year, paper 1 and unit 1. Okay, so we will start this topic. According to the Newton mechanics, mass is the invariant quantity. Invariant means there is no effect of motion of the particle on its mass. There is no effect of motion on the particle on its mass. If a stationary body of mass m is acted upon by the finite and constant force, suppose we are applying some constant force F on the mass m, that is the stationary body of mass m, for a time t, then it acquires a velocity small v. So what will be the gain in momentum? The gain in momentum p is equal to mv is equal to force into time, that is impulse. So mass and force both are constant. Mass and force both are constant. So the velocity acquired by the body is directly proportional to t. If both mass and force are constant, then velocity is proportional to t. So this concludes that the velocity of the body can be increased to an infinite time by applying force for an infinite time. I am telling you again. This concludes that the velocity of the body can be increased to an infinite limit by applying these force for an infinite time. But according to the special theory of relativity, the maximum velocity attained by the physical body is equal to the velocity of light. According to the theory of relativity, the maximum velocity attained by the physical body is equal to the velocity of light, not more than this. So the maximum momentum attained by the particle is P maximum, that will be equal to the P is equal to mc, where c is the speed of light. From this we conclude that the velocity acquired by the body is remain proportional to the time only so long as the mass m of the body remain constant. From this we conclude that the velocity is acquired by the body remain proportional to the time t only so long as the mass of the body remain constant. When the velocity of the body is become comparable with the velocity of light, see, the velocity acquired by the body does not remain proportional to the time. So, but its mass also increases with the increase of velocity. Mass increases with the increase of velocity. So when the velocity become equal to the speed of light, that is, and what is this? This is the maximum possible velocity. Velocity. The mass of the body become infinite because the mass is velocity is increases. According to this mass is also increases. So when this velocity of body v, velocity of body is v, become equal to the speed of light, then mass of the body become infinite. Thus, according to the theory of relativity, the mass of the body is not constant. According to the special theory of relativity, the mass of the body is not constant, but it depends on the velocity. It depends on the velocity of the body. When the body is at rest, suppose the body is at rest, v is equal to 0. So, the mass of the body will be rest mass, constant. When velocity is 0, mass is constant, which is equal to m0. That mass is known as rest mass. Okay. When the velocity become equal to it, this is the first case. Okay. This is the first case when velocity is 0. Now second case, when velocity is equal to the speed of light, then what will happen? Mass become infinite. So, mass of the suppose consider one thing, consider a frame S, relative to which a particle is moving with velocity v along the x-axis. I am plotting here. Suppose this is the frame S. So, relative to this frame, one particle is moving with velocity v. Okay? Along the x-axis. So, moving mass of the particle in the frame S is m. Because particle is moving, so here this mass is the moving mass. If this particle having velocity 0, so mass is considered as a rest mass. But this particle is moving, so we will tell this is the moving mass. Okay. So consider the another frame S dash. Consider the another frame S dash, in which the particle S is stationary. The frame, so in which case this particle is stationary according to the relative to this S dash frame, when this S dash frame is also moving with the velocity v. Okay, the frame S is moving with the velocity v along the x-axis relative to the S frame. So the rest mass in mass is also, body is also moving with velocity v. S dash frame is also moving with respect to body, with respect to the particle is moving with the velocity v, and S dash frame is also moving with the velocity v. So the observer of S dash experience this particle is constant. So the rest mass Rest mass of the particle in frame S dash, in frame S dash will be m0, because this particle is moving with respect to S, so we are considering the mass m, but with respect to frame S dash this particle is constant, is remain constant, so mass of the particle will be m0 with respect to frame S dash. Okay, if the displacement, suppose if the displacement of the particle relative to frame S dash in time del t dash is del y dash, del y dash. If the displacement of the particle relative to frame S dash in time del t dash is del y dash along the y axis, then the velocity of the particle along the y axis in frame S dash will be Vy dash is equal to del y dash upon del t dash. Okay, and what will be the momentum? Py dash is equal to m0 Vy dash, so m0 del y dash upon del t dash. In frame S, now I am talking about frame S. In frame S, relative to which particle is moving, if the same time interval is measured, that is del t, displacement of the particle is del y along the y axis. Okay, so what will be the velocity? Vy is equal to del y upon del t, and what will be the momentum? Py is equal to m into Vy, so m into del y upon del t, So from the Lorentz transformation, we know that y is equal to y dash and del y is equal to del y dash. Okay, y is equal to y dash, del y is equal to del y dash. So according to the time dilation, del t is equal to del t dash upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square. So Py is equal to m into del y upon del t, which is equal to, we will put the value of del t and del y. So from the Lorentz transformation, del y is equal to del y dash, del t is equal to del t dash upon under root 1 minus v square c square. We will put both value in this equation. So m into del y dash upon del t dash upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square. Okay, then what will we get? M into under root 1 minus v square upon c square del y dash upon del t dash. Since the momentum of the particle is remain invariant, momentum of the particle is same for all the inertial frame. So Py is equal to Py dash. Py is equal to Py dash. So Py m into under root 1 minus v square upon c square del y dash upon del t dash is equal to, we will put the value of Vy dash, we have already m0 del y dash upon del t dash. Okay, then del y dash del t dash will cancel. So m is equal to m0 under root 1 minus v square upon c square. This is the relation between the rest mass and moving mass. And this expression gives the variation of masses with velocity. This expression gives the variation of masses with the velocity. Okay? When v is equal to c, when velocity of the particle is equal to the speed of the light, v is equal to c, then mass will be the m0 under root 1 minus 1, which is 0, it will be infinite, as I told you previously. I told you, when speed of the light is equal to the speed of the light, when the velocity of light is equal to the speed of light, the mass become infinite, and when v is equal to 0, mass will be m0. So when v is equal to c, mass is equal to infinite. Then when v is equal to 0, mass is equal to m0, that is rest mass. I hope you understand this topic. Okay, thank you.